Hello everyone, it's Pam here with Tattered Paper and Lace, and we're here for part 3 of the No Sew Signature junk mail envelope process. So here is my journal. In part 1, we put the envelopes together. In part 2, we added this part of the spine, and now in part 3, we will put together the cover and put the book block in the cover. So I told you I would be back when I had it all decorated, because I have to decorate it before I can put the cover on. So it's all decorated, ready to go. Mine is a Christmas journal. Yours can be anything you want it to be. I'm thinking about doing one that'll be steampunk at some point in time. So it can be anything you want. I used junk mail envelopes, the junk mail envelopes that you just get in the mail like it's a bill or whatever. Most of them have windows, some do not. Some of them, as I will remind you, I sewed shut completely. Some I had here with a flap, and some I opened up. See if I can come across one that I opened up completely somewhere. Anyway, where I slid it and opened it up as a page. So you can do any of those things. So we'll lay this aside. And I have my my cover prepared to put together, but I wanted to tell you how I did the spine. It is made with a hanging file folder. And this is the sort that I used. I used the inside because I liked that color. But you can see, I don't know if you can see it or not, but yeah, you can see it a little bit. But if you will look where it is folded in the middle, there are other score lines, and that's what I used. They're a 1/4 of an inch apart, so you can make your own out of any cardstock. And then I just folded the 3 more lines that are past the middle. There's 4, but I only folded the 3 because that's how wide my spine was. And that's how I made this spine, and I just cut it on either side at an additional 1/2 inch from my last fold. So my spine is 1.5 inches here. And that is, this is the middle fold, so I just folded it on the 3. Let's see, is that the middle fold? Well, this is the middle fold, so I did it 3 on this side, and 1, 2, 3 on this side. But anyway, so you just want to make sure the folds are there, but you also can do it with a scoreboard. And I actually did another piece of the hanging file folder, scored each at 1/4 of an inch, and rolled it and glued it on the inside to give it more stability. Have a 1/2 inch to fold over onto my journal. The journal actual covers are just a piece of chipboard that's from a 12 by 12 scrapbooking pad on the back. Any of those work well, and it's 9.5 by 4.25. So you just cut that the size, and this is scrapbooking paper to cover it. I write front and back up at the top of each side, so I'll know what's the front and the back, and that I am putting it on the right way. So all you have to do is take your piece of cardboard, covered. You need it to have covered on the front, not on the back yet, but on the front. And we are just going to glue it onto this extra 1/2 inch flap right at the last score mark. So I'm just going to take just regular art glitter glue. I use that for most everything. It works well for me. Sometimes I might need to use Fabri-Tac or something like that, but most of the time this glue works great for me. So I just glue that flap, and then this is the back at the top, and this will be the back because the book will fold closed like this. And I just glue it right to the edge where the last score mark is lining up the top and the bottom, because my spine is the same height as my cover. I rub off the excess glue with a tissue. You can use whatever, but you can see it is just at the score line, not past the score line, just at the score line. And it is just the 1/2 inch. So see, I still can bend it. That's what you want to be able to do, just like that. So that one is on there, and then this one will go on this side. I'm going to flip it around so it'll be easier to do. And then again, we're just going to add the glue. It's very simple, very quick and easy. This journal is actually quite fun to make. This is my second one, and I have enjoyed the process both times. Hence, I think I'm going to make another one. Okay, so this is my front, and it'll be like this. So again, I'm placing this just before the last, just on the 1/2 inch side of the last score mark, so that when it is folded, it'll be like this, just like this. Now, I have a little wallpaper seam roller. That's what this is. I used to hang wallpaper. So I have a little wallpaper seam roller that I run across this just to make sure it's on there good and tight. And that folds nicely. Looks like it's in there just like it should be. And I have rolled the spine just a little bit. And with this outer being 1/4 inch, and then you've added your extra piece in that you've scored at an 1/8. These are at 1/4 inch. These are at an 1/8 of an inch. And when you glue this on, if you will roll it, I usually roll it on the edge of my table. My table edge is a little bit rounded, and I'll just roll it along that. While it's still damp with the glue, it will, it'll do very, very, very nicely. So this is, let's get that down a little better. You can do this with, if you don't have a roller, which most people don't. How many people do you know have a seam roller? Not many. Some do, but not many. Okay, I used the tan side because I like the color of that. Anyway, so that is now our cover. And the way you attach it to your book block, this is your book block, that's all of your pages, and you just sit it in the cover and line it up just like this. Okay, see, it's just in there nice and neat, and you just sit it in there like that, nice and snug, and then sit it on its back, and you open the page. You open to the last page, and you have this flap that was on your book block. That you glue down to the page. So this is the back, and I'm going to glue this flap to the back, making sure I have everything in place. And it looks like I do. So I am ready, and I am going to glue this to the back. So I just take my art glitter glue again, and I'm going to do it with on this side here. You do not glue in the spine because this is going to be a hidden hollow back. So you don't glue it in the spine area, you just glue it on the flap. And you just put a nice generous amount. And I got a little bit on the back, so I don't want that to be there, so I wipe that off. Then I make sure, again, that everything is in there. You've got just a few minutes to make sure that it's all well and good, and I believe it is. And then I just make sure, open it up and flatten this out hold it for a few minutes. Take my, whoops, sorry. Take my smoother here and smooth it out. Just like that. Okay. Then I close that up. I turn it this way. Again, I make sure that everything is in there, nice and neat and strong, and in the right place. Make sure that we have that pushed all the way back like it should be. I think we do. Okay, again, I am just going to glue this flap down, just like I did on the other side. Not down the spine, just the flap. The flap will be plenty enough to hold this together. No problems. I've done it this way many other journal covers, many times this way, and I've never had a problem with it sticking or it holding well. So we take it and we'll just make sure we've got that in there like we should. There we go. And we'll again just press this down, getting any seepage out that might have come out. Looks like I did a good job on that. And then we'll fold it, and then we'll let that dry. So this is the front, and this is the back, and that is how you put your book block in. That is as far as I'm going to go with this, because the rest of it is really up to you as far as what you do the front, whether you have a closure or not. And on the inside, when you're ready you just add more paper of some variety here, whether you collage something or it's scrapbooking paper, and you just cover this up. You just butt it right up to the edge, and let's see if I have a piece around. Well, I have a piece. It's not big enough. It's not what I'm going to use, but you just cut it to size, and then you just butt it up to that, and it works just beautifully. So that is part 3 and the end of this process. So if you have any questions about how this is done, that if I didn't explain something well enough, please let me know, and I'll see if I can't clarify for you. So I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.